Welcome to our deep dive on the ultimate financial conflict for high earners. When is family experience worth more than tax-free wealth? Today, we will explore a real-world scenario of a couple earning $272,000 per year, already sitting on $1 million saved by age 40, and contributing 23% of their income toward retirement. Their dilemma is whether to pause Roth contributions to fund ambitious family travel before their 10-year-old children head to college. First, we will set the stage with the facts. Next, we will examine the trade-offs and the math. Then, we will outline a practical plan to maximize both family time and financial security.
Finally, we will end with a summary and actionable next steps.
Here is the roadmap for this episode. First, we will frame the dilemma. Second, we will establish your financial baseline. Third, we will connect the dots with CoastFIRE compounding. Fourth, we will compare the two main options: continue the Roth or prioritize travel. Fifth, we will lay out a step-by-step plan. Sixth, we will cover risk guardrails and budget levers to free cash without harming long-term goals. After that, we will test your understanding with 2 brief quizzes. Finally, we will wrap up with key takeaways and next steps. To begin, let's clarify the decision at hand. A high-earning couple is considering pausing their Roth contributions, about 6% of income, to fund meaningful family travel while their children are still young. On one side, pausing Roth contributions may sacrifice years of tax-free growth. On the other side, the window for travel memories with children at formative ages is finite and irreplaceable. Importantly, they are not abandoning retirement altogether. They would still contribute approximately 17%, including the company match. Now, to make a rational decision, we need the numbers and the context.
Before we proceed, a brief but important disclaimer. This content is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial, tax, or legal advice. Everyone's situation is different, and the right choice depends on your complete financial picture, tax bracket, benefits, time horizon, and risk tolerance. Please consult a qualified advisor before altering your strategy.
Next, let's establish the baseline. With $272,000 in annual income and $1 million saved by age 40, this household is well ahead of schedule. The current strategy is aggressive: 23% going to retirement, or roughly $62,400 per year. The proposed adjustment is to pause the Roth portion, approximately 6% of income, while maintaining robust pre-tax contributions and the employer match, keeping the total around 17%. In other words, this is not a drop to zero. It is a calibrated reduction to free cash flow for a specific, time-bound family goal. This perspective matters because it reframes the decision as optimization rather than abandonment. Now, let's connect the dots with CoastFIRE. CoastFIRE refers to a point where your existing portfolio is sufficiently large that compound growth does most of the work toward your retirement target, allowing you to reduce new contributions without derailing long-term goals. For example, $1 million at age 40, compounding at a moderate long-term rate, could potentially exceed $4 million by age 65. This is an illustration, not a guarantee. Actual returns vary, and fees, taxes, and inflation matter. Still, the concept highlights that if you are approaching critical mass, the difference between contributing 23% and 17% for a limited period may be less impactful than it seems, particularly if the temporary reduction enables you to achieve high-priority life goals now. Moving forward, let's compare the options. Keeping Roth contributions maximized preserves the greatest potential for tax-free growth, maintains a consistent savings habit, and offers more insulation against uncertain future tax regimes. Alternatively, pausing Roth contributions to fund travel enables the family to capture a narrow window of meaningful experiences with their children. This path still maintains approximately 17% in retirement contributions via pre-tax and employer match, but it does require strong discipline, a defined time box, and a plan to resume contributions. The right choice depends on values, timelines, and the ability to follow through on guardrails. Next, here is a practical plan to maximize both worlds. First, audit the biggest spending categories: housing, vehicles, dining, and shopping, because these provide the largest savings opportunities. Second, create a dedicated travel fund and automate contributions so you build it intentionally. Third, maintain robust pre-tax contributions and never compromise the employer match. Fourth, if the budget still does not close, Consider a Roth pause only for a limited, predefined period, such as 6 to 18 months. Fifth, implement guardrails, including maintaining an appropriate emergency fund, avoiding new high-interest debt, and scheduling monthly check-ins. Finally, reassess annually and resume the Roth contributions as soon as the travel goal is funded or the time window closes. To make the pause unnecessary or shorter, target big levers first. Housing and utilities can sometimes be optimized through insurance shopping, negotiation, or efficiency improvements. Vehicle costs can be reduced by refinancing, selling a vehicle, or switching to a less expensive car, considering the total cost of ownership. Dining and takeout is another large lever. Meal planning and limiting delivery can result in substantial savings while retaining a small weekly treat. Subscriptions often accumulate. Canceling or rotating services and using family plans can help. For shopping and miscellaneous categories, budget caps and no-buy challenges can curb impulse spending. In this illustration, these changes could free approximately $1,725 per month for travel without touching core retirement contributions. In addition, establish risk management guardrails. Maintain an adequate emergency fund, commonly 3 to 6 months of expenses, adjusted for job stability and risk tolerance. Ensure disability and life insurance coverages are up to date, especially with dependents. If you do pause Roth contributions, set a hard stop date and schedule an automated reminder to restart contributions on that date. Avoid taking on high-interest debt during the travel period. These measures preserve financial resilience while you pursue meaningful experiences. Quiz time. What does CoastFIRE imply for this couple's situation? Option 1. They can stop contributing entirely forever. Option 2. Their existing portfolio may grow substantially even with reduced new savings. Option 3. They must retire immediately to capture compounding. Option 4. They should replace all Roth contributions with taxable day trading. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is, their existing portfolio may grow substantially even with reduced new savings. CoastFIRE does not imply stopping forever, retiring immediately, or replacing diversified investing with speculative trading. Instead, it suggests that their current savings level allows compound growth to shoulder more of the burden for a limited time, provided they maintain discipline and revisit the plan. Here is how the decision tree works. First, confirm that the emergency fund is adequate. If it is not, build that safety net before considering any pause. Second, ensure pre-tax contributions capture at least the full employer match, because leaving a match on the table is forfeiting compensation. Third, check for any high-interest debt. If it exists, focus on eliminating it before a Roth pause. Fourth, ask whether travel is truly a top 3 family priority with a defined time window. If not, continue optimizing the budget and keep Roth funding. If the answer is yes to all prior checks, then a short, time-boxed Roth pause with firm guardrails may be reasonable. Finally, reassess annually and resume Roth contributions as soon as the goal is funded or the window closes. Second quiz. Before halting Roth contributions, what should high earners evaluate first? Option 1. Budget levers like housing, vehicles, dining, and shopping. Option 2. Stopping pre-tax contributions below the match. Option 3. Selling the entire investment portfolio. Option 4. Taking on new credit card debt for travel rewards. You may pause the video now to consider your answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is to evaluate budget levers like housing, vehicles, dining, and shopping. Stopping pre-tax contributions below the match sacrifices compensation. Selling the entire portfolio could trigger taxes and opportunity costs, and taking on credit card debt raises risk. By optimizing large expense categories, many households can fund travel while maintaining long-term savings momentum. To illustrate compounding with simple math, consider this back-of-the-envelope calculation. Starting with $1 million at age 40 and assuming a 6% annualized nominal return with no additional contributions, over 25 years the future value approximates 1 million times 1.06 to the power of 25. 1.06 to the 25th power is roughly 4.29, implying a future value of approximately $4.29 million by age 65. This is purely illustrative and not a prediction, but it shows how time and compounding can allow portfolio growth to outweigh new contributions once you are near critical mass. Here are the key takeaways. First, this household is well ahead, with $1 million by age 40, and strong pre-tax savings. Second, a temporary Roth pause is not derailment if robust guardrails are enforced.
Third, CoastFIRE reminds us that compounding can shoulder more of the load as balances grow. Fourth, optimizing major expenses can often fund travel without sacrificing long-term security. Finally, time with children is finite, so it is prudent to align money with life priorities. Before we close, here is how the mix looks if Roth is paused. The savings rate would shift from 23% to about 17%, with the remainder allocated to spending, including travel. This is intended as a short, planned pause, not a new normal. Crucially, keep pre-tax contributions and the employer match intact, and set an automated reminder to restart Roth contributions on a specific future date. In summary, the numbers matter, but your values guide the final decision. Employ strong guardrails, enforce time boxes, and maintain pre-tax contributions. Let compounding work in the background while you make meaningful memories in the foreground. If this helped, please like the video, share it with someone weighing a similar choice, and subscribe for more practical, values-first money content. Tell us in the comments what you would choose and why. Thank you for watching. If you found this valuable, please like, share, and subscribe. We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments about your dream family trip and how you balance wealth building with meaningful experiences. See you in the next episode.